That's fine. Thank you. So Farzana and I share, we really share this community, and we see this as often as a partnership, because Farzana has the schools on the east side of Don Mills. I have the schools on the west side, except for Farzana has Valley Park, which is the middle school, and I have Mark Garneau Collegiate. So what that means is when we want to work really well in service of our communities, we have to have really good communication and work together. And so that is absolutely, I have such a tremendous partner in Farzana. And I thought when we were working out what are we going to speak about, I said, let's just speak together, because it really is a joint venture, and we see it that way. So thank you so much for having us, and thank you, Serena, for that lovely and warm introduction. It's such a pleasure to be here with everybody today. I see so many familiar faces, some new faces who I've never met before, but are obviously very integral and have been for years in this community. But it is really a special, special day. And I'm not sure if she's here yet as well, but I know Trustee Laskin was also trying to get here. I don't know if she got here in time. So not yet, but I know she is coming, and this was important to her as well. So it is an honor to be here to bring greetings on behalf of the Toronto District School Board. It's a day filled with so much joy and celebration in both of our wards and our communities, because this is really a special and significant milestone for the neighborhood organization and for Thorncliffe Park. We're thrilled beyond words to mark this official engagement. I think when I came on as a trustee about 5 years ago, this was already in the works, and you were talking about it, and it's so great to see it coming to fruition. And what's particularly exciting is that this new youth hub will have so many services together in one space, making it more accessible and so much more easily reachable to those who are in need. And I just want to talk a little bit about one of the things that's become really crystal clear to me in the last few years. It started before the pandemic, but really became so much stronger during the pandemic. And it's that the TDSB cannot do this alone. You know, so often we're asked to provide for food insecurity, to mental health and well-being, homework support, all of these different avenues, all of the youth programming. And the reality is that we're not funded adequately for all of it, and we're not capable. We don't have the staff, we don't have the resources, we don't have the expertise to do every single one of these things. And so the partnership opportunities that you see in this room today, those are really integral to supporting our students in the best way possible, and their families by that as well. It's really not just, we don't see ourselves as just supporting the children, it's really supporting their families too. And when there's strong support in terms of mental health and well-being and all the social aspects, that's when you get academic success and academic achievement too. So these things are really combined and interconnected. And so to see all of these things in one space, with a school literally out your back door where there's gym space to be used for programming, and schools just down the street, there's actually 2 schools really out your back door, you can really see how this all will come together in service of our community and our students. I think I'm a little off book here, but but that's really one of the things that that I wanted to say. And we saw this during the pandemic with Health Act. I know I was doing forums with Health Access Thorncliffe Park with Janine McCready and her team from Michael Guerin and our school leaders. And those are the kind of things that I see happening here, and taking that became the gold standard during the pandemic, and it's going to be expanded and taken here. And I know this was something that, you know, was started before the pandemic, but it really has grown and will be so important in the community. The other thing I just wanted to talk about is that I wear this necklace. It has a star on it. It's from a program called the Maddie Project. And there was a young woman called Maddie who was a teenager who committed suicide in Toronto a few years ago. And the mental health piece has become so significant in our communities across, and I see this across, I'm chair of the Toronto District School Board, I see this across the city. And there are communities that some communities that are starting to talk about it, some communities are less comfortable talking about it. And one of the things we really see with kids, and I have 3 teenagers, we actually, all my 3 girls all wear this necklace, as a reminder that, and we talk about this a lot, that they can always come to us with a problem as their parents. But the reality is, most kids aren't gonna go to their parents with a problem. They might go to someone in their school. It might not be a teacher, it might be another trusted adult, it might be a friend, it might be a peer, it might be someone in these programs that you're running. It's so important, the kind of work that you're doing, because we know that there are so many kids who are, their mental health is not necessarily where it needs to be. They need support, they need people to reach out to, and you never know which piece it's gonna be that's gonna be the magic piece for them, but the fact that you're providing them so local and so accessible is a really important piece. I feel like I have talked a lot. I'm going to turn it over to Farzana. She's probably like, where did you go with this? Because you had this all written out. But sometimes, you know, the things that you think about. So I just want to reiterate that. And Farzana will talk about the local piece, but the TDSB sees itself as really integral to the work that's happening here, and I hope that we will be part of this. I really see us as part of this partnership opportunity, and even though we aren't housed here, we're right next door and in so many places. So thank you so much for all you're doing, and I'm going to turn over the mic to Farzana.
Of the design process of today and the thoughtful approach of including the youth from day one and looking from the artwork to the colors to the space. And so before I get started on my formal remarks, I want to give all the youth that were involved in this project a big round of applause. Because we know as we keep our kids engaged in programming that they have healthier futures, and when I'm in a space today, I'm very confident. I think from a TDSB lens, the partnership really makes our futures really bright for our youth and our students. So we're really grateful for the partnership. We're grateful to have this space in our own neighborhood that's really looking at it from the demographics that we're serving and really looking at spaces that are alleviating barriers, but it's not even about barriers, it's about creating welcoming spaces where everybody can walk in the doors, and I just can't think of a better location than the location we're in today. And today's extra special for me because I used to work at Michael Garron, and we used to talk about this space, and it used to feel like a dream. And so the fact that we've hit this amazing milestone, I really congratulate everybody that's been involved. Cannot overlook all the cultural aspects with mental health, and Rachel really spoke to these pieces. We're seeing it in our classrooms, we're seeing it in our communities, and there is more and more need for spaces like this. Spaces where people can come and have a really holistic approach to things that they need, whether it's mental health, whether it's employment needs, whether it's mentorship, and just having a space where they feel like they can walk in the door and know that they're going to have a trusted team of people there to support them. And it really, really creates that academic foundation that we know that our students need for their future success. We know that many kids are struggling with their mental well-being, and having these abilities and services available in our own, for me, in many ways, it's my own backyard. To have that is so important. And TDSB continues to build on our partnership with TNO, and we're so grateful to have you as such a strong partner. And we know spaces like this just create more opportunities for collaboration and dialogue and bringing us all together again with our main focus, which is the future of our youth in our neighborhoods. So I want to take this opportunity to really, again, congratulate everybody here that's had such a big part in playing in making today happen, as well as those that are not here and have been working behind